Well, howdy, nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this, another brand new day. Yes, indeed, and I have in my lap a fuzzy little hamadron. She's a cutie. This is little Saber, little Cream. She's a cutie. I semi-woke her up, not really, but she was awake, kind of moving around just a little bit, kind of sleepy awake, but now here she is, and I know she wants to go back to bed, so I'm gonna, oh, I forget, she likes to chew on that. So I'm gonna put her back in her cage and let her go to sleep, and then I'm gonna show you my arm and tell you about last night. There you go, little one. I went walkies. These are my sleep tablets. Melatonin. Melatonin? Yeah, melatonin, that's the sleep hormone that your brain creates. Melanin is what I don't have in my skin. But I went walkies last night. It was getting to be late, and I didn't want to take the full walk to Walmart. I just wasn't feeling it. I was feeling lazy, so I was just going to take a short walk downtown. 2-mile walk, you know, downtown, look around, walk back. But I get downtown, and it's not even 8 o'clock, so I decide, you know what, I'll just take the full thing, and I'll walk to Walmart. So they've closed off one of the only 2 streets going up to northern Shelton. The big Olympic Highway North is now closed. You can't go onto it from...
I hate the meat of another human raw, like an animal. This is a nightmare. Oh no, it's...
The end of 7th Street where Safeway is now shut. And then I don't even know how you're supposed to get... Well, you can get to the library from the back street, so some of the places are okay. But that's closed. So I took the path behind the library where it climbs 150 feet, you know, in like a block and a half. And then I climbed up that, and then I just took the path and walked up to Walmart. So I walked to Walmart, and that was fine. It was cold-ish. You know, it wasn't quite freezing, but it wasn't quite warm either. The weather, the temp had dropped to freezing. But the ground, while still cold, was warm and giving off the heat of the day because it had been above freezing. So, with that combination, I walked to Walmart. And it's fine. It's good. I get there, I walk inside, I look around just to warm up a bit, and then I head back out. 4 miles into the 6-mile round trip. Well, just over 3 miles into it on my way back, I was walking through this one parking lot of an oil change place, patch of black ice. Come down on this foot, it goes twing, way up into the air, comically. So I'm starting to fall. I bring my other foot around, pwing, it goes off in another direction. I'm in a bad angle and really starting to fall. The first one that's gone down, I slap back down. Amazingly, just in the right area, I stood standing. So I wrenched all the muscles in my back, then it hurt like hell, but I stayed standing. That was good. 4 miles into it. I have hit black ice there so many times, I don't know what I was thinking. But I'm walking through, not paying attention, come off the sidewalk, boom! Suddenly, I'm airborne. And I'm coming down, and I slam elbow and hand first into the ground, trying my best to try and mitigate it to land so I'm not going to go crash hard into things. But I came down elbow first and hand first, and then slammed both of my knees down into it, crashed down onto my left side, and then rolled over onto my right. In the midst of water and black ice and the nubbly road, I'm just laying there trying to determine if things are going to be moving or if something's maybe broke. So it was fun laying there and getting soaked as I was trying to determine how I was going to be able to stand back up, which I was able to do, but as you can see from my hand, that it kind of tore my hand up when it slammed into the ground, and I hit hard enough that through my coat and another shirt that I wear as a coat, it ripped my elbow up. I'm bruised up and sore, but I didn't break anything. I exercise a lot. I walk everywhere. Miles and miles and miles every day. I try to walk the 6 to 8 miles straight to Walmart and back. And then all the regular walking of life. And so when you exercise, because I've got hand exercisers and I use a dumbbell for this, when you exercise, your muscles put stressors on your bones. And your bones, in reaction to the stressors, bulk up with extra bone. Just as your muscles bulk up because of stressors of being used, your bones bulk up from being used. So that helps, I think, because I hit hard here. This took the brunt of my weight coming down, and then my knees and my hip, and oi, I feel great, amazingly. I don't feel great, but I don't feel broken and busted worse than like I thought I would. The bulk of the pain of an injury happens anywhere from 12 to 24 hours after the injury. There is a delayed onset muscle pain syndrome, and that's just stuttering horribly. I'm so sorry, but I'm still expecting extra pain to show up. I mean, I could have something horrific show up just in the next 12 hours because it's only been 12. But I feel amazingly good because I knew I was reacting with last night some shock. Not the life-threatening shock, but I took a shock, a huge physical blow, slammed into the ground hard. Oh boy. And so when I got back here, I ate some food because it was the first time I'd eaten. And then I was sitting here and I could not sit here. It was 11:30. I was freezing. I had been freezing from the moment I had fell. Just the shock blasted my body into needing more heat. So I was just freezing, and I was so tired, as if I had taken like 2 or 3 sleep aid tablets. But no, I hadn't. So I was my body was in, we need to sit back, relax, and assess the damage mode. So I was off to bed by midnight, and I slept until 7. Actually, my arm is getting really, really sore all the way through here right now. So, I mean, I wrenched my muscles all really good before I fell and hit the ground when I went dancing and flying. So, I'm not doing so good, but still feel amazingly great compared, and that's a good thing. It's just, I'm waiting for the rest of the actual pain to show up as time goes by. And don't worry about this. It may sound, filled with existential despair and such, but this one is just from, I can't even remember the name of the song, but it's Oingo Boingo, Dead Man's Party, the album. This is, you worry too much. You make yourself sad. You can't change fate, but don't feel so bad. Enjoy it while you can. It's just like the weather. So quit complaining, brother. No one lives forever. I love that album. But then Oingo Boingo was a big part of my youth because I was not even in I was in high school when a lot of Oingo Boingo albums were coming out, like Dead Man's Party, which actually came out a little bit later. I was already in the Air Force. But a lot of the Oingo Boingo stuff that I listened to was the crazed Oingo Boingo stuff. And then it's good that Danny Elfman went on to become quite famous as a movie theme song creator, but it's really too bad that his hearing is damaged so badly. It's quite sad. He's near deaf. And it's horrific. And I tweeted about this, and I wanted to, my hearing is better than it has any right to be. And in fact, I don't understand why my hearing is as good as it is. It's not superhuman. I'm not, a saint or monster or whatever, but it's just, I have amazing hearing, which well, for my age, I'd say amazing. Because I was just in the other day, sitting on my bed, getting ready for bed, and I get little tiny ingrown hair spots. It happens as you get older, and so I was scratching at little the hairs on my leg. And I noticed that I could determine, my ear's up here, and my leg is, what, 1.5 feet away from my ear? And just the sound of my fingernail scraping along the edge of a hair, I could hear the difference between thick hairs, short hairs, and hairs that were looped. Tiny, it's only like, what, a 2 millimeter length that the edge of my fingernail is running along the length of a hair. A 2 millimeter length. And I could hear it and determine the thickness of the hair by the sound it made. My hearing is better than it has any right to be. I mean, literally. I went to concerts as a teenager where my ears short-circuited halfway through it. Where all I could hear halfway through it was starting to go... And by the end, that was it. There was no music. It was just... like that. And then I would be deaf for days. I used to turn the music in my minivan to maximum volume and listen to it while my wife was alive 7 years ago. And I can still hear amazingly well. I can hear everything throughout the house, even on the neighbor's side. No details, thank goodness. It's just rough movements, but my hearing is better than it has any right to be. As it is, I have to wear earplugs. Don't have to, but it makes it a heck of a lot easier to sleep. I have to wear earplugs to sleep well, because otherwise I hear everything. So if I put in my earplugs, suddenly it cuts out all the intermediate sounds. I can still hear the very high frequencies and the very low frequencies, but all the mid-range sounds are gone. I sleep pretty good. I can fall asleep really nicely. Bad part is, of course, at a very early age, I transitioned to having a phobia about hearts. I don't like hearts. I like them. I like having a heart. I like having a functional heart. I hope to keep my heart functional for as long as possible, but I don't like thinking about them and how badly they can go wrong and the pain that can happen as it happens and then dying. I don't like to think about hearts. All my life, I have been able to feel and hear my pulse. I just have to stop and go a little bit still, and I can hear my pulse in my body, and I can feel it. I don't have to reach and touch to count my pulse. I just have to sit back, become still, and listen, and I can count my pulse because I can feel it and hear it. And when I put in my earplugs, it's really loud, and I have to think about my heart. And I wander into anxiety really, really quickly because of that. So I end up actually getting anxious because I'm wearing earplugs, because I can hear my heart. I am weird. And it's disturbing because it makes it hard to sleep. I freak myself out. Gotta love that. Not really, of course. Well, at 14 minutes and 30 seconds, I have opened up 24 hours on my community tab. 24 hours on my community tab. 24 hours worth of comments on my community tab. And I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people. It is a range because even though I count American Sign Language on the fingers of this hand, I get lost with my fibromyalgia, fog, my depression, brain damage from my alcoholism, so I do my best. If I mispronounce a username, no disrespect is intended. I'm an American English speaker. We're just not good at that. And I'm not reading the comments right now. I'm just thanking you for having left a comment. A good comment, a bad comment, and a different comment. Just thank you for having left a comment. I'm going to read the comments afterward. Thumbs up each one I do. Answer as many as I can. But for right now, I'm just looking at this little sticky spot on my wrist. It must be a concentrate that blobbed onto there. Huh. How about that? So, let me go on my Chrome. So I got a tiny blob of concentrate I wasted. It smells nice though. It's like a little bit of cologne. Bad Lyrics LT, thumbs up and thank you. Erwin Heckert, thumbs up. And HH03, greatly appreciated. Kathy Kidscat, thumbs up and thank you. Sebastian Ferris, greatly appreciated. Dave Watson, thumbs up and thank you. Logitech G502, thank you. Big Frogums, greatly appreciated. Colin Reisenauer, thumbs up and thank you. And an Uncivil Lotus, greatly appreciated. Evan Alexander, thumbs up and thank you very much. Milos Kupinski, I sure hope I'm close. Thank you very, very much. Pandora NYC1, thumbs up and thank you. Guillermo Grom, there's an X right at the beginning. I don't know how you would pronounce that, but I hope I'm close. How Paulo, I sure hope I'm close on that one as well. And Tundra Keeper, greatly appreciated. Did I just skip 10? I have no idea where I am anymore. Was that 15? Well, we'll call this one Abira Ralph. Thank you very, very much. And Lucas Lundkrantz? Oh, I sure hope I'm close. Thank you very much. And Grim Guns, greatly appreciated. Farbod LV, greatly appreciated. Reed Legacy 2025, thank you very, very much. Marasico Alvarado, I sure hope I'm close. Heroes QP, thumbs up and thank you. And Hayden Reed, greatly appreciated. Skull ZX, not a very nice person. And Wyram E. Carb, greatly appreciated. Thank you, each and every one of you. You get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people, sometimes good people, sometimes the worst people, sometimes just people. And that's an awesome thing. People are a good thing. I mean, sure, it's because of people that we're facing the destruction of most carbon life on this planet because we're heating up the atmosphere and will not stop doing it. We're in a race to destroy the species, and I wish we would stop. It's not fair that 1% of the population is destroying the planet for the other 99. Yay. But anyway, though, life is life. I can't even remember why I started on that little rant, but it does bug me and I wish things would stop. Some people have been saying in comments I should bring all my little things down so I can talk about them. Unfortunately, some of them I've forgotten the people who sent them to me. I've got some things up here, like there's a Rooster of Barcelos that was sent to me, like, at this point, 3.5 years ago? And so I can't even remember who sent it to me. So I'm very sorry about things like that, but I'll start bringing some more of these things down so I can at least talk about them. So thumbs up on that. Oh, I did have, in this last moment, somebody did send me a postcard. And so I'm not going to say anything but other than the last name, Estrada. Thank you very, very much. Greatly appreciated. I shall be, well, you've got some things on there I wanted to talk about. So, but if you can check out my various links down below, I have Twitter, Facebook, GoFundMe, Patreon.com, NearlySeniorCitizen.com. If you could donate to my GoFundMe campaign or become a Patreon.com patron like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. But if you cannot donate or you simply do not donate, I do take all good wishes and deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest, so thank you very much. If you could toss me a like, I do appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence. Definitely a thumbs up. And of course, if you could subscribe to the channel, that would be very cool. Greatly appreciated. I would understand if you don't want to. I mean, but if you are down with it, I will do my very best to keep you entertained from now into the literal end of time, and that's a very good thing. And hopefully that'll be longer than next Tuesday. That would be even better. So hopefully I've got a reaction video today, hopefully a game video, hopefully just things. So you take care, have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side. Ow, ow, ow. Take care. Ooh.